I was just looking through some things on my break and noticed that last Epoch released some news today. It's their mid-cycle balance survey recap, and I am going to go ahead and read that through for everybody. So if you guys want to listen or watch this later, feel free to do so. I'm just making sure things are up and running, because that's what I like to do at the start of every video. And seems so. Oh, except for this. Can I edit this? Reading the mid-cycle balance survey recap. Save. Perfect. Okay, cool. Hopefully we're good. Other than that, I'm just gonna go here. Alright. Let's get started with their recap. Hello, travelers. In between attempting to save the citizens of Eterra and eradicating them, almost 70,000 of you have joined in with your voices to discuss mid-cycle balance changes. The turnout for this survey has been fantastic, and further is in addition to the many discussions here on the forums and other platforms on the topic. We want to first thank you all for your enthusiasm on this topic, driving it forward. I did partake in this survey as well, and put in my thoughts on it. Today we want to share the results of the survey as well as the decisions which have come as a result of the feedback. So last Epoch mid-cycle build balance survey recap. 74.3% want OP skills and items fixed, and 86.5% want to be notified prior to nerfing OP builds. 71.9% disagree with nerfing skills or items that are OP if it's not due to a bug. Oh, and they even have the little bars here of the breakdown of strongly disagree and strongly agree. Disagree with the nerfing skills or items that are OP if it's not due to a bug. Yeah, definitely disagree with that. Because if it's not due to a bug, then I believe that they should let us have fun with it and fix it later. I don't know, maybe I'm... At the same time, I see the other side. It's like, I just want stuff to be fixed so that the game is healthy. But if the game is... What I don't want is them to super nerf everything and not have anything that's fun, right? Then you get in a situation like Diablo 4. And I don't want that to happen. So, we've got 69,000 plus survey participants. Thank you for making your voices heard. You're welcome. For the purpose of reading the below results, the following information can help. Scale. 1. Strongly disagree. 2. Disagree. 3. I have no opinion on this topic. 4. Agree. 5. Strongly agree. Oh, and they've got the breakdown of each question? That's nice. When we first started the survey, the scale was in reverse. We received immediate feedback about this and swapped it before too many results came in. While the results below do not reflect this change, we made this change very early into the survey, so it had minimal impact on the results. So they had 1, you strongly agree, and then 5, strongly disagree. I think either way is fine as long as people read it. That's just my thoughts on it. Overperforming bugs. Alright, during a cycle, you would like us to fix bugs that cause skills or items to highly overperform. 55.5% strongly agree. You'd like us to fix bugs that cause... Yes, I want them to fix bugs, for sure. With over 74% of all votes in the survey crushing the other options, as well as in written feedback, the stance from the involved community is fairly clear. We should be fixing bugs which cause skills or items to highly overperform, and as such, will be doing so. This is a change from our previous stance where we didn't want to alter balance mid-cycle. Now, if it's the case of a bug, we will be pushing out these fixes in mid-cycle patches. Good. Mildly overperforming bugs. During a cycle, you would like us to fix bugs that cause skills or items to mildly overperform. This one is a lot more even. In the case of a bug resulting in a build, skill, or item mildly overperforming, there's a much less clear stance. From written feedback, it's a bit clear as to why. What is mildly overperforming? Yeah, exactly. What is mildly overperforming, right? Like, how would you know? It's like, okay, this is overperforming, but it's not as big as this, but it's bigger than this, and you just, I don't know. Being a bit of a vague categorization, it's left up to an individual's interpretation. We have decided in this case to use case-by-case discretion. This would be based on feedback we are seeing in the community and just how far the bug results in a power shift. So we may choose to or not to fix bugs which are mildly overperforming mid-cycle, and we'll discuss them as they arise. And I think they should also make a community post about it. This is just my take. Like if they see a thing arise and there's community discussion, if I don't know. I feel like if the majority of the community agrees, then they should fix it. I guess that's my stance. During a cycle, you would like us to nerf skills or items that are highly overperforming even if it is not caused by a bug. 1%, 2% strongly disagree. On the other hand, if a build is overperforming but not caused by a bug, the feedback has largely weighted towards do not change. And it's do not change because we want to have fun during the season, right? You don't want to find something. Like, what if you're just playing along and you find this combination or synergy that is just like, oh man, this would be awesome if it worked like this, and then you do it and you try it and it's working and it's like amazing. You don't want them to be like, oh, well, that's too OP or whatever, because that takes away that feeling of discovery that you had when you figured out some combination that works the way that works, right? But if they're like, oh no, we're gonna reduce that because it wasn't intended, I think they should do that, but at the start of a cycle and not mid-cycle. Let's see. On the other hand, if a build is overperforming but not caused by a bug, the feedback is largely weighted towards do not change. While not quite as one-sided as with bugs, this is still a fairly strong sentiment from the community, with over 57% voting not to make these changes. This also matches our existing stance as well, in not taking too many steps to alter balance mid-cycle. As such, we'll be avoiding balance changes which are not bug-related, even if it's resulting in a build, skill, or item highly overperforming. Mildly overperforming balance. During a cycle, you would like us to nerf skills or items that are mildly overperforming, even if it is not caused by a bug. Yeah, 52.5% strongly disagree, another 19% disagree and just don't care, and there's a few people out there that are like, yeah, just fix it or whatever. Oh, excuse me. As one might expect, as the power from something not bug-related becomes less impactful, the desire is even less for changes to be seen to them. Weighted quite heavily towards no changes, we agree with this stance and will not be making balance changes mid-cycle which are not bug-related and only result in the skill, build, or item mildly, right, overperforming. because who knows what mildly is. It's different for everybody. Mid-cycle leaderboard reset. During a cycle, a full reset to leaderboards should be done when builds or items are nerfed that are highly overperforming as a result of a bug fix or balance change. Personally, which one did I choose? A full reset to leaderboards should be done. I think so. I don't know if I care. Well, I don't know. I think so because you have to account for the fact that they were highly overperforming and then now they're not, and so you have to change your builds up. I don't know. I'm not very... I don't know if I'm ever going to be good enough to get on a leaderboard. So, in the event that we release a change or bug fix which was resulting in an item, skill, or build to overperform, the desire for leaderboards to reset has been quite mixed. We discussed this a fair amount and have made the following determination. We will not reset leaderboards in this instance. However, we will instead add information to the entry to indicate when the entry occurred. The goal of this being to make the information available to identify entries which may have used a build that has since changed. That sounds okay to me. We decide against a mark or icon. We decided against a mark or icon on the entry indicating it was an overperforming build, as we didn't want these to appear as a mark of shame. We felt this was the best way to be able to allow competitive players to continue competing on the leaderboards without taking away other players' previous hard work on their builds, even if they were overperforming. Right? Like, what if you just happen to come across something that's overperforming and you don't know, and then suddenly you get this little mark and they're like, oh, you were using something that was overperforming, and you're like, I didn't know that. Like, I was just playing and having fun and doing good. Like, I felt awesome. I think that's okay. I like their decision on that. Partial leaderboard reset. During a cycle, a partial reset, only affected entries, to leaderboards should be done when builds or items are nerfed that are highly overperforming as a result of a bug fix or balance change. A lot of people strongly agree. We got 33% and 17%. 26% of people do not care. Let's see. While the above answer also addresses this question, for consistency, we want to show the results of all of your votes here. Notifications via public posts. During a cycle, I want to be notified via public forum posts in advance when a bug fix or balance change will end up nerfing a highly overperforming build. 73.2%. Who is saying that they don't want to be notified? Who wouldn't want more information and more openness from the developers? What? Whoever is strongly disagreeing is crazy. 4.2%? That's crazy. It is pretty low. A lot of people strongly agree and agree. It's like, of course I want to be notified. That way I can, like, if I cared enough to look and be like, oh, wow, these things are getting nerfed, or so maybe this build I'm playing isn't going to work now and I want to try something else now. To everyone's surprise, it looks like almost everyone agrees that receiving notifications about upcoming balance altering bug fixes or changes is a very strong desire. As we've been showing this last week since we started getting feedback on the survey, we fully agree with this and will start trying to provide more heads up when these changes are coming. Though with this, we will still reserve the right to not provide information regarding the upcoming change if Doing so would result in players rushing to take advantage, causing severe issues, or we could release the fix almost as fast as releasing the notification that the fix is coming. So for these changes, if we feel we can release the information in full about the change, we'll do so. Otherwise, we may try to be more vague, such as with the Infernal Shade infinite damage bug. See, I didn't even know about that. I I don't even know what Infernal Shade is. I think it's a Warlock ability. To be more vague, such as with the Infernal Shade infinite damage bug, to limit its impact before the change, or we may withhold it completely if it's something which is regularly crashing servers when it's utilized, to minimize its impact until we can get it fixed. Conclusion: this round of discourse with the community has resulted in some great changes to our stances that we are quite happy with. The two big changes here being: we will release fixes mid-cycle for bugs which result in an item, skill, or build highly overperforming. We will add leaderboard functionality, and the second one is, we will add leaderboard functionality displaying which specific patch or time span an entry happened during. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for your involvement in Last Epoch and taking the time to make your voices heard. It's with all of your feedback we've made Last Epoch as great as it is. I feel like that's missing. I feel like it should say, it's with all of your feedback that we've made Last Epoch as great as it is, and is only by continuing to work with the community and listening to feedback that we'll continue to improve. It's with all of your feedback we've made Last Epoch as great as it is. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me. And it's only by continuing to work with the community and listening to feedback that we'll continue to improve. Until next time, may RNG be with you, travelers. All right. Yeah, notifications via public post. They showed us the results of all of the questions that they asked on the survey. And I really like their conclusions. Thank you, EHG and Last Epoch, for being more transparent and involving the community. Cool. All right. I just wanted to read this out and get this out there for you guys. And I hope you guys have a good night. And thank you for watching and everything else. And I hope you enjoy Last Epoch. It is a lot of fun.